Hello, Taurus. This is Art Kozak Tarot. I am Art Kozak, and this is your weekly reading for March 2nd through the 8th, 2020. Now, Taurus, I can see just by the cards I have on the table that you have been dealing with a situation in which you were a little bit in the dark, okay? That you did not have all the information that you needed. It may have seemed like uh, somebody was out to get you, but you didn't necessarily know who. You were in a situation where you just did not feel comfortable. You didn't feel like the world was revealing itself to you, or that you were getting the knowledge that you needed in order to move forward, in order to do what you needed to do every day. Now, what this may have prompted was the need for you to take an inventory, to take a self-inventory. And this often happens when the world leaves us, alone and doesn't provide us with enough feedback. We start looking at ourselves. And that's okay. That's fantastic, because what you found out is that you are someone who is capable of growth. You are somebody who is capable of having the resources that you need and being somebody who is wise about their material self, about their presence in this material world. That moved on to you received some luck. You had some luck on your side. Again, because you were kind of in the dark about things, you might not have known where it was coming from. It might have been a surprise for you that you found yourself kind of getting lucky a little bit. There was, I think, a point where you received some good news. You received a bit of luck came your way, and it was a real stress reliever because you were under such stress. Your heart is very open right now. Your heart is very full right now, but your heart may have been kind of unprotected. Your defenses may have been down, and so this may have something to do with what you've been going through. You want to work with other people. What this is all about, what this whole reading is all about, and this may apply. This is a general reading, so it may be applied to your love life, to your professional life, but mainly whatever is most on your mind and what the cards have for you. And whatever that is has to do with working with other people to build a better future. You really want that. You want to work with other people well. But I can see that, again, you've been kind of in the dark, and you've been dependent on the vicissitudes of the universe or the favor of the gods to help you out or not in that situation. Coming up in the coming week, you are going to experience an evening out of this situation. Justice as well as fortune is now on your side. But what is just in your case is going to involve a little bit of heartbreak and a little bit of loss. I don't know exactly what that means. That may mean a little bit, that may mean something different for different people. But the reason justice is blind is because, or one of the reasons justice is blind is because she often has to make difficult decisions, and often someone is left in the lurch. I don't think that's necessarily going to be you, but again, look for a correction of the circumstances. Okay, look for a correction of circumstances to take place, probably by the imposition of some authority, in which there is a little bit of smarting kind of feelings involved and an ending to something. A definite ending will take place. Now, you are going to move on from this and probably, I think, focus more on your financial life than you have before. By the end of the week, I see you're still going to feel like you're kind of in a stalemate with life and with your circumstances. You're not going to be quite so in the dark as you were. You're going to feel like things are a little bit more revealed or revelatory. You're not going to necessarily feel as if, there are people in the shadows or somebody may be talking behind your back. You're not going to be having those feelings necessarily, but you are going to still feel to an extent like things aren't budging the way you want them to. And so, in order to get through this, you're going to start applying yourself. You're going to start applying yourself mainly to your financial future, mainly to your home life and your material well being. In regards to study, you're going to be studying up. You're going to be making a real investment with your mind, with your time, with your personal energy into improving that, into improving your money. And this is something that's going to reignite your passion. Okay, you're going to get your own self moving. If the world doesn't seem to be moving for you, then you're going to be getting yourself moving. And I definitely see this as the attitude that you come out of the week with. You are going to get to a point where you're just so damn tired of being left in the dark about things, of external circumstances either dictating whether good things are happening for you or things are being corrected in your life. You're going to get tired of people who just won't budge or people who are being argumentative. You may have to experience some of that this coming week. You are, yeah, it's right here. You just get done with all that. And from here on out, it's going to be about you. You're going to be the one who's going to charge forward. You're going to be ready to just plow forward and go on your own energy. Survive on your own initiative, relying upon your own initiative and relying upon your own judgment. And just, if the world is going to be dark and people are going to be difficult, well, you're just going to have to plow right through that. You're just going to have to charge right in. And that's not going to be a permanent circumstance. No circumstance is permanent. But I think this is a big lesson for you. This is a good lesson for you because it's going to help you keep your resources to yourself rather than having these kind of open doors in your, whether it's your mental, your emotional, your physical resources, your material resources. You may be feeling as if, well, you've got all those resources. You're capable of growth. You've got everything you need. You want to work with other people to build, a better life and to build things. But it seems like you don't know whether the back door is open or not. And you don't know whether something whether someone is siphoning your resources off from you, whether, again, mental, emotion, whatever. You're going to get to a point where you are you and you are going to go forward and you're going to be able to close those doors and maintain some boundaries. Okay, it may involve, what the challenge coming up after this week may involve tempering that a little bit, tempering your attitudes, making sure you're not being too harsh with anyone. But it's okay to be a little bit harsh, at least in the beginning, because it's time for you to get going. And that's the big lesson that I see you coming out of this coming week with. So I hope something I've had to say here will be helpful to you. Again, I thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. For those of you who are interested, there's a link to our Patreon page in the description box below. And I am Art Kozak, and I look forward to speaking to you again in the future.